of it, right?
Well, you have to be confident in what you're doing is not, like you're not doing it to just get something from a woman. You're doing it because you want to do it. And you are a man who, you know, is using the romance to make her feel good about herself.
Right.
So in turn that you could get closer to her.
Exactly. And it's kind of funny. I like what you said about the woman feeling like you're paying attention to her, because one of the things I tell guys all the time is read romance novels. You know, I've read quite a few romance novels to get some research, back in the day. Because I was like, and if you think about this, right? I don't understand why guys don't read romance novels, because, all right, women are obsessed with romance novels. I don't know one woman that's not obsessed with romance novels, that likes to read romance novels, at least, you know, almost every woman, right? And so it's like, this is not only the thing that they love, that turns them on, right? It's like, so it's sort of the secrets of attracting women.
There.
And it's right there. It's like it's literally like, if you're like, I wonder what type of food squirrels eat. And squirrels are just like, grabbing nuts, and you're like, I don't know how to figure that out. It's like, well, there it is, right? Like you know exactly the bait to use because it's right there, right? So that is the bait. So, but if you read a romance novel, right, pretty much any romance novel, it always follows the same exact format, because there is a genre and there is a way that works. That's why they exist. And it goes like this, right? And every romantic comedy kind of goes the same way, right?
Enemies to lovers.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be.
A lot of it, though.
But, okay, so the woman, usually in romance novels also, she's usually not like described as super attractive, right? She's usually described as, you know, having some good features, but not like stunningly beautiful. Like, at least she doesn't think of herself that way, right? So that's the key. And then you got the handsome guy, but he's a bit of an a-hole, right? He's brutish, like doesn't seem like he cares about anyone but himself, right? Something about him that, which when you look at that element of it, what it means is that he's not a people pleaser. He's a rebel. He goes his own way. He does his own thing. Usually he's a billionaire or a cowboy or some kind of thing that is high status.
He's not influenced by those sort of things.
Right. So then what happens is they meet. They don't initially like each other. She thinks that he's full of himself or whatever it is, right? And then somehow they have to interact or work together, or something happens. And then, you know, he starts to discover how special and unique she is. And the key of it is that he is this hard guy, whatever, maybe not in touch with his feelings, but with her, it's different. She is the only woman that exists in the world. He has to have her. There is no woman like him. Like he discovers that. And then she realizes that underneath this brutish
tough exterior,
there's this heart of gold. He's truly like the most caring, the most sacrificing hero, even though he appeared to be selfish and all these things, because he just doesn't let people in easily. And then they get together and they have sex and, you know, all that stuff. But and then then there's always a trilogy. So the next one is like her son or whatever. So, you know, it's like the family carries on. But the point is, with the romance novel, is what is actually happening is you have a woman, okay, seeing an alpha male, essentially, if you know, I don't like the term, but whatever.
Confident man.
Yeah, confident
because
man.
He's confident in his decisions. Yeah. He does what he wants to do. Because I don't want to necessarily say asshole, because we did a whole episode on the asshole thing. Like, that's not going to attract a woman for the right reasons. Right. If you're, you know, this is about romance.
Right.
So it's more about he's confident in himself and the decisions he makes, and he's not going to, like you said, allow outside influence to kind of like sway him from those things.
Right.
And so that gives him this confidence that when he does turn into a romantic person, he doesn't view himself of like, oh, I'm being too like suck up to this girl, like I'm doing things I shouldn't be doing. He actually like realizes how much he cares about her because he wants to do these things for her. And
it's something he's not used to. He doesn't do this for every girl. Mm-hmm. It's only this one girl because she's so special. You know what I mean? That's his desire, his focus is concentrated on her.
Right.
But the story goes, she finds this alpha male, and and this alpha male ends up being in love with her. That's what it is. Because and that women want to conquer the alpha male with their pure love. Like, she's so lovely, she's so loving, she touches his heart in such a way
that she wants.
And so
her dream man.
Right. And so how does that apply to men dating women and being romantic? Simple. You have to be, first of all, the strong man. You have to be, the alpha male. You have to be confident. You have to be a guy who is sure of himself, right? That has that. And then you can't be giving away your candy to everybody. You can't be just like, I love this girl. I love this. This is why you would be a simp if you're following a bunch of girls on Instagram and you're liking their posts, right? Because you're just giving away your validation, your compliments to or you're commenting heart emoji, tongue emoji, that's why that is simpish. Like, a woman's now not going to see you as romantic because she's like, this guy is just desperate. He's sex starved. Like, that's what it's going to come across.
He's throwing out all these lines to see what fish he can catch.
He's thirsty. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to come across as those derogatory things. So if you're a confident guy, you're not giving out your candy to everyone, and then you treat a woman like she's the only one in the world. Even if it's you're dating other women or you're going on lots of dates, every date that you go on, that woman that you are on a date with, you should be treating her like she's the only woman in the world. Like, there's no other woman, like giving her that full attention, your full presence, and the thoughtfulness, even if it's not going to go anywhere, even if you're not going to date her in the future, you're creating this experience, you're crafting this experience for her that is an unforgettable experience that she's never going to forget in her life, right? So the idea is that you are giving her that she knows when she sees you that you're this confident guy because you're coming across that way. She might even think, just like the character in the book, maybe this guy's a little bit of an asshole. He seems maybe a little bit stuck up or a little bit like too sure of himself, a little arrogant maybe. But then because you're treating her like the only woman in the world, she gets that feeling of this guy that doesn't just give his candy out to everyone, is giving it to me because I am...